Detroit, the Motor City. The Red Wings were 29 points better than the Oilers during the regular season, but they match up awfully well. Game 1 of this playoff series is going to overtime.
We had tough hockey games with Edmonton. They skate well. They play a high tempo.
Oh my goodness! A great scoring chance for the Red Wings. He scores! Oh, a blind shot from the boards!
If we could throw as many shots at them each game, then we'll have a chance.
Just north of Windsor, Ontario. Just north, Detroit, Michigan. Hockeytown, USA. What? There's a guy wearing a Datsuk sweater coming through. He's playing.
Karen Newman with the national anthems at the Joe Louis Arena, and that's Alberta Beef hitting the ice here at the Joe in advance of the traditional octopus. The atmosphere crackling here for Game 2, a playoff matinee. The Red Wings with a 1-0 lead after that 3-2 double overtime win. Dwayne Rollison faced a shooting barrage in Game 1, stopping 54 shots. Mike Babcock said the Oilers were hoping he'd be outstanding. He was. Now he says the Oilers can play quicker and freer this afternoon. At the other end of the ice, Manny Legacy faced only 25 Edmonton shots, less than half that of Rollison, but he was solid, beaten by only 2 power play goals. The officials this afternoon, the referees, Kerry Fraser and Eric Furlat, and on the lines, Derek Amell and Lonnie Cameron. The playoff slogan here in Detroit is "Bring It." But as Mitch Albom of the Detroit Free Press said the other day, who thought by saying "bring it" they meant the Maylocks. It was a white knuckle game in playoff Game 1, and now they've got their leading scorer, Pavel Datsuk, back in the lineup. The Red Wings do. The #1 rated power play, struggling in Game 1 with 1 goal and 6 attempts. The Oilers with 2 power play goals in 6 attempts themselves.
The disappointing thing for Detroit, they scored on their first power play. Shanahan set it up and Robert Lang put it away. But then they went 0 for 5. And a couple of times when they really could have put the game away, they just couldn't score.
Rookie Brad Winchester on the ice this afternoon for the Oilers, taking George Laraque's spot, getting the start on the first line. In 19 games this year, he has but 1 assist. So another lineup change with Ethan Morrow sidelined by that groin as the Oilers dump it in. Legacy steadying it behind his goal. Nick Lidstrom plays it up the boards. It's chopped down by Horkoff, and the play is whistled on a high stick.
Craig McTavish said rather not call his defensive system a trap, but it was a trap. There was no doubt about that. But there on the first shift, we saw Winchester go in hard on the forecheck, and maybe Edmonton is not going to play the trap for the entire game like they did in Game 1 here this afternoon.
Like Babcock said, that wasn't a trap. It was just another form of forecheck. But it did catch the Red Wings unawares as they were forced to dump the puck a lot. Unusual for them here in the playoffs. Chelios bounce pass, misses its mark. Back come the Oilers now. Jared Stoll across the line. He's got Hemsky in behind the goal. Hemsky and Stoll chipped ahead though by Draper, and Shanahan gets it out. Datsuk can't get there and advance to Staios as he gets it back into the neutral zone. Steve Staios now ahead up the boards, intending for Hemsky. That was broken up by Draper. Matthew Snyder at his own line as the Oilers clog the neutral zone again here early. Spacek drop pass in behind his goal to elude Lang. Sandy can't hold on to the pass, and Lebda, the young man called up from Grand Rapids for Game 1, seeing more ice here early on defense for Detroit. Brett Lebda, they like his skating, shovels it ahead to Kronwall. Kronwall can't get the shot away. Here's Mike Pekka now to Pisani. Pisani's pass returning to Pekka through his skates and down the ice. Raffi Torres playing it back for Pisani. He puts it behind the goal. Lang and Pekka battling for it. There's some contact there as Torres gets the better. Around in front, the wraparound right through the crease. Nobody there to convert for Edmonton. And the Red Wings will ease that pressure, dumping it down the ice as Dick Karnstrom touches it, icing the call.
Friday night, the shooting gallery for the Detroit Red Wings, and a lot of them were of the harmless variety. There's no doubt about that, but when you get up over 100, those harmless ones, you get breaks, and Kurt Maltby's winning goal was a perfect example of throwing the puck from anywhere at the net. He's along the boards, almost in the corner. Throw it at the net, and you get a lucky bounce, and in it goes.
Craig McTavish was saying, you've got to keep the Red Wings on the periphery and try to break up their odd man rushes. Winchester dumps it into the corner. Eisenman there. He may have been one of the most energetic of the veteran Red Wings in Game 1. Coach said he was the calmest with the puck. Babcock thought the Red Wings were nervous in the opening playoff game. Ryan Smith dropping it behind the goal to Sean Horcoff. Horcoff lost the puck. Here's Winchester now, turning at the circle. Now he turns it over, and Jason Williams will dump it. It hits the official skate in the neutral zone. Robert Lang turns and throws it inside the Oilers zone. The Red Wings changing on the fly. Dick Karnstrom setting the rush for Edmonton. Bounce pass. Horcoff has it bounce over his stick. He's knocked out of the play, and then Dvorak can't reach the pass. Here come the Red Wings now. Franzen into the corner with Bergeron. He whips it around behind the net. But Maltby, the hero in Game 1, was right there to break it up. Dan Cleary plays it back to Lilia. He mishandles the puck at the blue line, and Lidstrom will backtrack, throwing it through the neutral zone to Cleary. Cleary right back to his defense. They use the defense a lot here in transition in Detroit, and have been very, very lethal. Lilia throwing it down deep inside the Oilers zone. Karnstrom now. Up ice. Ren Murray chipping it ahead of Dvorak. Too far for him. Samuelson can't control the puck, and again, the Red Wings regroup. At the line, Thomas Holstrom dumping it in. Red Wings back to their dump game here, trying to break through the neutral zone. Inside the zone, Chelios winds up. Another blocked shot from the Oilers, and Jarrett Stoll was slow to get up and now limps to the Edmonton bench. Smith, the one-time pass up the left side, bounces off Samuelson's stick. Red Wings back with puck control. That pass broken up by Mike Pekka. Hemsky dropping it back to Pronger. Pronger off the leg of Hemsky. He picks up the loose puck, has it chipped off his stick. A very chippy and rusty opening 4 minutes here of this first period. To the point, Spacek dumping it in. The puck bouncing again here this afternoon like it did in Game 1. Many of the players saying the ice unusually bad at Joe Louis.
When we were over here yesterday, they had the rink a lot colder. We had to keep our jackets on and attempt to get the ice better. It's usually pretty good here in Detroit.
Let's have a look at Jarrett Stoll, who continues to wince on the Oiler bench after blocking that shot.
Well, Ken Lowe takes a look at him right in the laces. Jarrett Stoll goes out to Chris Chelios, feet lined up right in the right foot, right on the laces. Stoll, Oilers are very good at block shots, but they use those sponge pucks when they do it in practice. They don't hurt near as much.
35 block shots by Edmonton in Game 1. Lebda dumping it inside and behind the Oiler goal. Spacek there first, quickly to Stales. Rink-wide pass for Mike Pekka. Pekka gets past Robert Lang and gains the line. Pekka now in on goal, can't get the shot away. And Manny Legacy will cover up for a whistle.
Well, one of the things we talked about before the playoffs started was, okay, the referees are going to call it as they have all season long. And here throughout the playoffs, you can see only 23 even strength goals, power play goals 22. And a number of those power play goals have come on 5-on-3s. And I think that is the big difference this year's playoffs as opposed to any other year. Is you would go through a whole playoff run and see maybe one 5-on-3. Now, how many do you see in every game? And that Buffalo game yesterday, how many penalties in overtime?
Yeah, and none here in a period and a bit of overtime in Game 1. Cronwall quickly to Lebda. Moving the puck to center ice. Lang right on the tape of Jason Williams. His shot deflects off Karnstrom's stick and high over the glass here at Joe Louis.
There's another good example of a block shot by the Edmonton Oilers. Dick Karnstrom gets in position. Williams, a right-hand shot coming down the left wing. Pretty good angle. And Tarnstrom just definitely gets the stick out there to deflect it up into the net.
Oilers are rated number 2 overall in average block shots per game, but you'd like to dispute those stats.
I think they block more. Just because of a play like that where they just get their stick on it, tip it up.
Ryan Smith avoids the check from Lilia, dumps the puck inside the Detroit zone. Nick Lidstrom now. Forecheck pressure from Horkoff. Oilers putting more forecheck pressure now here, and the puck gets out to Ryan Smith at center ice. Tarnstrom ahead to Horkoff, up the right side to Brad Winchester. He lowers his shoulder, loses the puck though. Here's a chance. Zetterberg tries to get behind Tarnstrom, and he can't. Bergeron to Tarnstrom. Ryan Smith, saucer pass to center ice. Horkoff dropping it for Winchester. His shot sailing wide. Another shot right on off a skate from Ryan Smith. Jason Smith with 7 block shots himself in game 1. Dumps it back inside the Detroit zone. Michael Samuelsson gains the line. Zetterberg tries to keep it in. The Swedes combining there. And they're mucking along the boards. Finally, the Oilers get it out to the neutral zone.
Good news for the Oilers. Jarrett Stoll right back on the ice again.
Samuelsson across the line, plays it in behind the goal to a steaming Thomas Holmstrom. Holmstrom knocks Pronger off the puck, but the Oilers maintain control. Too far, the pass for Hensky. Another shot on goal. Deflection in front. Holmstrom camped where he likes to be. Got a piece of that and a big save by Rolison. That was the first shot of the hockey game. You can believe it. Staios off his skate. Rolling puck, regrouping, turning very close to his goaltender with Shanahan shadowing him. Up the right side, Mike Penka now at the hash marks, dumping it into the corner behind the net. Chelios quickly ahead for Theory. He couldn't get it. And behind the goal now, Torres. Backhand pass in front. Here's a backhand chance, and Pisani missed the net. Oh my goodness, with Legacy vulnerable. Now Pisani again, stumbling, tries to shoot it in and puts it off the shin pads of Shanahan. Torres now with a big hit on Daxu, a return shot from Shanahan. And the Oilers on the power play. Oh, and a huge hit from Torres as Chelios was sent to the ice. Tarnstrom, Bergeron quickly out of the zone. Oilers now, here's a 2-on-1 chance. Dvorak with Ren Murray. And the pass is smothered in a great sliding block by Legacy. Bergeron and Tarnstrom combine to get it back inside the Red Wing zone. Detroit now in transition. Here's the swift youngster on defense, Lebda, gaining the line now. Lebda shot right on, and Rolison has the angle with Lang looking for the rebound. Nothing on the doorstep as the netminder hangs on for Edmonton.
Welcome back. Here's Oiler coach Craig McTavish on his team's tactics in Game 1 when Edmonton employed a system of forecheck inconsistent with the club's storied history.
It's absolutely not a trap. There's no such thing as Edmonton will not ever employ anything called a trap. It might be a similar style, but it'll never be called a trap. I don't think there's any secret that the teams that have had success playing against Detroit, given similar circumstances to what we have coming into this series, are teams that have played a very defensive style of play. We feel like we were dealing with a skill disadvantage in the way that they handle the puck and move the puck and play their puck possession game. So anything we can do tactically to get them out of their game plan and try and force them to do something other than control the puck for the majority of their offensive chances, we feel plays to our advantage in terms of winning the series.
But it's not a trap. No. Here's a chance here down low as Holmstrom loses his helmet, mucking about near the crease. Red Wings keep it in. Holmstrom now back to the point. Lidstrom throws it at the net, deflected again, and cleared to the corner. Red Wings now with heavy forecheck pressure, and the Oilers will come out the backside. Ryan Smith now to center ice, dumping it in. Absolute heresy to employ the trap in Edmonton Oiler hockey.
Very similar system, but we'll call it something else.
We'll call it a forecheck, a form of forecheck. Here's Yzerman now, and the Red Wings are offside. Here's Gaudron now for an update. Face off, dumping the puck inside the Oilers zone. Go ahead.
Absolutely amazing, Mark, how the referees are calling the 5-on-3.
It is. It's wide open hockey at its best. Jason Williams dumping it in. Gloved by Tarnstrom. He gets it out. Lang at center ice. Checked by Cassani, who had that golden opportunity moments ago. Chipped in. Torres dropping it for Cassani. He missed it. Back comes Cleary for Detroit. Cleary, rink-wide pass to Yzerman. Steve Yzerman now. Backhand pass, short side, saved by Rolison. I think he mishandled that pass, tried to get it in the slot. Red Wings keep it in. Cleary now, firing it just off the leg pad. That was going wide anyway. Tarnstrom ahead for Jared Stoll. Stoll loses it as he gets it inside the zone. Chelios, a bounce pass to Franzen. Up the boards. Cleary to center ice. Schneider quickly to Chelios, who jumps the rush for Detroit. That shot blocked, intended for Maltby. And Edmonton will dump it to center ice. Matthew Schneider, long pass down the middle. Franzen got a piece of it, then lost it as Spacek knocked him off the puck. Samsonov ahead for Stoll. Craig McTavish juggling his lines in this playoff series. Some fans wondering why he'd break a good thing, but when you haven't got the second change job.
Well, on the road, and you need some production from your fourth line. You need some minutes because Detroit's fourth line is so good. Craig McTavish had to find a formula where his fourth line could play at least 10 minutes and maybe up to 15 minutes.
And that was tough in Game 1 when McTavish shortened his bench, went to 3 lines to protect that third period lead. The penalty coming here as Harvey tries to put it in front of the net. The Red Wings will take the first penalty of this hockey game. Edmonton on the power play when we come back. Chris Draper in the penalty box for high sticking at 11:08 of the first period.
Well, the Red Wings a chance to get it out. Brendan Shanahan, and instead he tries to throw it across. Chris Draper misses it, and there's the high stick on Todd Harvey. Fernando Pisani has a perfect chance, pulls it by everybody, and then slides it wide. The Edmonton Oilers, you don't get a whole lot of chances against the Detroit Red Wings like that. You have to bury them. And in Game 1 Friday night, Sean Horcoff, a couple of breakaways, Rafi Torres in the last 30 seconds. You can't afford to miss those kind of chances.
Oilers scored both of their goals in Game 1 on the power play, and here they go, their first power play of Game 2. Pronger, Spacek, far side. Hemsky back to Pronger, one-timer, rebound in front. Hemsky now back along the far boards. Alex Hemsky, the leading scorer for the Oilers, goes down low to Samsonov. Samsonov rotating now, back to Hemsky, one-timer, no. This time Pronger can't get the shot away with Maltby in front. Hemsky now driving to the slot, shot right on, and in the breadbasket of Manny Legacy.
And no rebound. And that's a key for Manny Legacy with his old chest pad on.
How about that chest protector?
Able to absorb it. Here's the one-timer earlier, and that's what the Edmonton Oilers thrive on because Ryan Smith's there. Nick Lidstrom doing a good job on Ryan Smith. Position, get position, don't interfere, don't hook, get position. And Ryan Smith is a master at screening the goaltender.
Legacy got that chest protector 12 years ago in Springfield from Mario Gosselin. He got it out of the attic. You should see the thing.
Here's a 5-on-3.
Another penalty coming to Detroit. No,
high sticking, even though the Oilers had the puck, and that's what confused me. Kerry Fraser didn't make the call right away. The Oilers had the puck, and Alex Hemsky's going off for high sticking.
So 34 seconds into the power play, they're even.
Faceoff goes back. Hemsky gets his stick up. Because Chelios is very good at drawing penalties. He ducks down and then gets hit with high stick and at about a Hemsky's waist.
Drew one from George Larocque in Game 1 and then later said, "I never really hurt me. It wasn't really a penalty." Zetterberg dropping it behind the goal for Lilia. Lots of ice now, 4-on-4. Zetterberg across the line. Knocked down with Datsuk in behind. He takes a shot from Steos, but stays on his feet. Datsuk looking for the puck. It gets back to the point. Lilia now to the boards. Zetterberg comes out with it. Long shot on goal. Datsuk can't control the puck. He missed the last 7 games of the regular season and the first playoff game with that injured thigh. From the Oilers now. Horkoff at the line. Drops for Staios. Here's Pronger winding up. Hard shot. He scores! Chris Pronger's second goal in as many playoff games.
I think that's Sean Horkoff, Mark. I think Sean Horkoff's going to get this one on the tip in. And the Edmonton Oilers are great going to the net. And Chris Pronger is very good at getting that shot by. And I think Horkoff on the side is the guy who's going to get credit for the goal. And just from the reaction of Manny Legacy. Beautiful pass by Staios. Pronger's coming off the bench. Tees it up. And there's Sean Horkoff on the side. And you could tell from his reaction, he just might have got a piece of that one. There he is. And look at Manny Legacy. Better angle here to see if Horkoff does get it. Might be Pronger's all the way. Lots of traffic in front.
Lots of traffic. Very similar to the power play goal he scored in game 1. 1-0 Oilers. 7.5 to go here in the first period. Red Wings up the near side. Matthew Schneider dumping it in. Rolison leaving it behind the goal. Pronger evades Shanahan and quickly up to Dvorak. He's smothered by Cronwall. Comes back to Jason Smith at the line. Ryan Smith's pass broken up by Schneider. And the Red Wings will start out again. Here's Henrik Zetterberg. 1 shot in regulation, 4 in overtime the other night. Datsuk. Stick handling along the boards, throws it behind. Jason Smith fires it around now for the final 20 seconds or so. A man advantage for the Red Wings. That pass deflected by Pronger, and he's all over Datsuk in the corner. Smith can't get it out. Zetterberg keeping it along the boards. Back to the point. Lidstrom winds up. Shot. Big leg save. No rebound there. As Holmstrom golfed at it. Lidstrom again throws it at the net. Deflected just wide. Penalty over. Hemsky back on the ice. Teams at full strength. Wrist shot again. Another block shot for Edmonton. Here's a long pass ahead for Ryan Smith. He's out of gas and just whiffs on the shot at Manny Legacy and goes to the bench on the change. Lidstrom ahead to Franzen. Franzen shot right on, and the angle covered smartly by Dwayne Rolison. A good chance for Detroit, but the Oilers have the lead. Chris Pronger has been credited with the Oilers' goal, his second of this series from Staios and Horkoff at 12:32.
Sean Horkoff went to the net along with Radek Dvorak. Lots of traffic. Brendan Shanahan was there too, covering Horkoff in front of Manny Legacy. Shot by Pronger, lots of traffic. Horkoff waves at it. Dvorak's there. Andreas Vilia's there. Lots of traffic, and in it goes.
Yzerman gets the draw. He was terrific in game 1. 61%. Lang, far side pass to Lebda. He fumbles with the puck. Dumps it into the corner. Bergeron playing it off the glass. A long pass ahead for Torres. And again, the puck bounces over his stick. Jason Williams in behind the goal to Cronwall. Around the boards, Yzerman tries to chip it out. Puck stays in. Now they get it to center ice. Lang now with Williams. Robert Lang. Shot, leg, save on the short side by Rolison. In the corner, Yzerman along the boards. Lang tries to come out with it. Plays it behind the net. Williams off a skate as Bergeron blocked it. It goes off another skate and in! The Red Wings tie it!
Well, this is the problem, Mark, when you're playing on the road, you don't get the matchup you want. There's no way you want Bergeron and Tarnstrom out against these guys. Jason Williams throws it out in front. That one goes off Bergeron, and then it goes off Wayne Rolison's skate and in. Bergeron gets it back, and now Rolison doesn't have that skate up tight against the post. And it comes back, and it's off his pad in the net.
How many ugly goals now? That's got to be 3 if you include the 2 Maltby goals.
Wayne Rolison just didn't have that right skate up tight against the post. And And the little slider goes off his pad and in.
I'm not sure that Jason Williams even got his stick on the second shot. He just careened like a pinball. And you're right, just enough space on the post to go in. Maltby had the bunt for a tying goal in the third period the other night. Then the blind seeing eye single from the boards, and now this. And maybe they're going to check to see if it went off the skate. I thought there was some.
Oh, it's not going to matter because it's off Dwayne Rollis's skate. You can kick it towards the goaltender. Now here's the play. It's off. Williams brings it around, tries it. Bergeron comes across. It's off Bergeron's foot, and then it just slides towards the front. I don't know why that would be disputed. Kerry Fraser points to center ice, and they're going to count it. But that's the matchup. You watch Bergeron and Karnstrom, and they don't play near as much as the other four defensemen, but you have to get them in the game. You can't play Pronger 60 minutes, and all of a sudden Mike Babcock changes and has Yzerman's line come out against those guys, and you get running around and bad things happen.
So an ugly playoff goal ties it for Detroit. Jason Williams scoring for the Red Wings behind the net. Pronger now tees it up. Now moves in, hammers it. Big rebound straight out. Oilers hang on and then send it back into the neutral zone. The pass too far from Stoll to Jason Smith. Stoll's backhand broken up at center ice. Shanahan quickly across to Draper. Draper's shot blocked by Jason Smith. A bouncing puck to Stoll. And a penalty coming here. A holding call to the Oilers. Jarrett Stoll to the penalty box.
Eric Furlat, the referee out of center ice, made the call as the Red Wings were trying to go in on the forecheck. Stoll looks up at the jumbotron to see if he's going to see where he got caught. He's with Brendan Shanahan. Shanahan's trying to go by, and Jarrett Stoll reached around, one hand on the stick, and gets caught.
The league's #1 regular season power play going to work. 0 for 1 after a power play of about 25 seconds earlier in the period. 1 for 6 in game 1 to rank 8th in the playoffs so far. Lidstrom up the right side to the captain. Yzerman drops it for Shanahan. Back to Lidstrom. His shot missing the net. Back in front from Shanahan. Nobody there. And Ryan Smith will start out for Edmonton. Horkoff, Smith, and Staios inside the Detroit line. Pass from Staios intercepted by Schneider. Rink-wide pass for Shanahan ahead to Yzerman. Yzerman with a shot deflected over top of the net. Robert Lang now at the hash marks. Back to Schneider. Far side, Lidstrom. Nick Lidstrom now to the middle. Schneider's shot right on. And a save by Rolison as Staios and Shanahan mix it up at the crease.
Now Horkoff is getting involved with Robert Lang. And in comes Kerry Fraser. Edmonton Oilers like to try and go short-handed, and Steve Staios jumped up into the rush, but when you're short-handed and you do things like that, sometimes you get trapped. And here's Steve Yzerman, knocks the puck down. Staios is able to get back and tip it up and over the net. Matthew Schneider with 21 goals. That one's tipped. Staios comes over and gives Shanahan, after he knows his goaltender's got it, gives him a little shot. And the longer the series goes, the more animosity between the two teams.
Datsuk wins the draw. Back to the point. Lidstrom takes the shot. Return pass. The quarterback, far side. Datsuk shot right on goal. Holmstrom camped in front. He's knocked down. A whistle. And there's more pushing and shoving.
Well, Thomas Holmstrom is one of the nastiest guys if you're a goaltender, because he knows how to play right on the edge. He's got his feet almost in your face. He gets planted. He's hard to move. On the edge. He's not in the crease. He's not interfering, but look at how close he is to Dwayne Rolison. And Rolison has to reach around to Holmstrom to try and get the puck. Eric Furlat lost sight of it, thought the goaltender had it, and blew the whistle.
In the new NHL, it's so hard for defensemen to move those guys.
can't grab their sticks. You can't give them that little cross check anymore that was the going fair in the regular NHL.
Ryan Smith jumps on the puck and will slowly play it down. A draw to the corner.
This is one of the areas, Mark, where Jarrett Stoll is so good at faceoffs that he's used killing penalties all the time to take draws. There, Mike Pekka won a big faceoff for the Oilers, and they were able to get it down the ice.
Pronger again bounces it down the ice. 30 seconds left in the penalty to Stoll. Up the near side, Datsyuk. Leading scorer for the Red Wings, back after missing game 1. Return pass, cycling along the near boards. In behind the goal, Zetterberg's return pass is broken up. Datsyuk now pushed from behind by Spacek. Still controlling the puck. Datsyuk still has the puck along the boards. Now he plays it down low. Zetterberg, and a great chance in front, hopping over the stick. Who else? Holmstrom. Zetterberg has the puck over his stick now. The penalty has expired to Stoll. The Oilers back at full strength. Snyder quickly to Chelios. Chelios up the near boards to Samuelson, who dumps it in and gives chase on the forecheck. Tarnstrom there first, and Bergeron can't control the pass. Borak, his pass going through the skates of Ryan Smith, icing waved off. Clearing attempt kept in by Dick Tarnstrom, playing it back, and Ryan Smith was hammered in front by Chelios. Here's a chance now. Tarnstrom through traffic, off a skate, rebound! And Legacy sits on it, and there's more pushing and shoving and bad blood. This time in front of the Detroit net.
Chris Chelios and Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith tried to draw a penalty on the first one. He got hit by Chelios, went down hard, and no call. I don't think there is going to be any penalties after this. Ryan Smith comes out to the front of the net. Chris Chelios knocks him down, goes over, no call. Puck comes through to Manny Legacy, and Chelios does a good job. You talked about it should be called interference.
What is that?
There's no doubt about it. There's a tip. Manny Legacy does a good job, squeezes the pass together, but that's interference. You talk, that's the old NHL. That's Chris Chelios played 20 years like that, and now he's still doing it, and that's one that should be called.
Stoll loses the draw to Draper. He gets it ahead to Dan Cleary. At center ice, Red Wing will fire it in. And now there's a penalty coming. It is a hooking call from referee Kerry Fraser.
And this is going against the Oilers. After Chris Chelios got away with that one on Ryan Smith, and now Ales Hemsky goes off for a hooking.
Well, that's got to be frustrating.
I'm glad we're not sitting beside Kevin Lowe again as we were in game 1. Not going to like this one. Hemsky, a little ride on Kirk Maltby, and that's called by Kerry Fraser, who was behind the play and saw the stick go around.
Red Wings 0 for 2 in the power play with 4 shots so far in this game. Lidstrom fires it. There's Holmstrom, no rebound, and the Oilers clear it. Lidstrom continues just to feather that puck on goal with all kinds of traffic, looking for deflections. Zetterberg break wide, too far for Lidstrom, and Pronger jumps up to knock it back inside the Red Wing zone. Up the near boards, Matt Schneider. Pass in behind, and back come the Oilers. Dumping it in, 1 minute to go here in the opening period. Pekka plays it off a stick. It bounces in front. Pisani can't find the handle. Now the Red Wings. Zetterberg with Lang and Lidstrom jumping inside the rush. In the corner, Pekka's there first. Hooked from behind by Lidstrom. Spacek can't get it out. Shanahan, rink wide. Schneider fakes. His shot deflected by Staios. A high stick from Zetterberg as Kerry Fraser whistles that one dead quickly.
Now, why was the whistle blown so quickly on that one? That was knocked down by a high stick by Zetterberg, and then the Oilers touched it. Faceoff stays deep. Zetterberg only had 1 shot in regulation, and had the 4 shots in overtime, and he had to play against Chris Pronger almost the entire game. But now with Datsyuk back in the lineup, it's tough because Craig McTavish is going to try and get Pronger out against Datsyuk and sometimes against Zetterberg. Pronger played 42 minutes in a 60-minute game during his Norris Trophy season with the St. Louis Blues, but it's pretty tough to do now.
A sloppy glove attempt by Legacy. Here's a chance now. Comes back inside. Legacy was outside the trapezoid, had to retreat. Ryan Smith there, battling for the puck. Final 7 seconds of the period. He's knocked down by Yzerman, and the Red Wings will send it down the ice. Whoa, a bouncing shot there that Rolison had to be sure with the leg on.
Well, special teams a big factor again, and the Edmonton Oilers were able to kill off both power plays by the #1 power play in the regular season.
Chris Pronger with his second goal of the playoffs for Edmonton. Jason Williams tying it for the Red Wings. 1-1 after 1.
Beautiful day in the River City after one period of play in game number 2 of this Western Conference quarterfinal. 1-1 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Detroit Red Wings. Here's Sean Horkoff of the Oilers, who was in on that first goal by Chris Pronger. Let's clear it up right away. It looked like you might have got a stick on it. Anything there or go in clean?
Oh, I think it went in clean. I don't think it touched me at all, but at this point of the year, it doesn't matter as long as they keep going in like that.
You know what? The Red Wings have already had some dirty ones, some ugly ones. Given that, and your missed opportunities in game number 1 personally, are you believing that you have to score on your opportunities, that you have to take advantage of everything?
Well, we understand it's a long series, and I think game 1 is behind us now, and obviously I would have liked to capitalize on a few of the chances that would have put us in a better situation, but that's the way the playoffs go. And like I said, it's game 2 now. That's forgotten, and we just have to focus on tonight.
Quickly, Sean, everybody's talking about the kind of forecheck the Oilers used in game number 1. Let's not call it a trap, but it might be. You're a puck pursuit team. Do you believe you have to be aggressive in that regard to be successful?
Yeah, I think that's one thing in the first period or the first game we didn't do enough was I think it's getting on the offensive zone a little bit more. I think in the neutral zone when they want to try to gap us and create holes that way, and that's kind of the situation where we're starting to use we're sitting back a little bit. But in the offensive zone, we want to be a little more aggressive. I thought we were able to do that more for this last period, and it resulted in some turnovers for us and some chances.
Sean, thanks for this, and all the best of luck to you and the Oilers.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
There you go. There's Sean Horkoff of the Edmonton Oilers. Coming up next, Edmonton native Kelly Rudy and Behind the Mask after one period of play in game number 2 here at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. 1-1 between the Oilers and the Red Wings as Hockey Night in Canada continues.
The folklore and tradition of Hockeytown being passed from one generation to the next. Here at Joe Louis Arena this afternoon, Rafi Torres making his presence felt physically in that first period.
A more aggressive period for the Edmonton Oilers than any of the ones they had. Rafi Torres on Lebda, a couple of hits. Lebda tried to go back at him. Torres on Chelios. And the Edmonton Oilers much more aggressive here this afternoon than they were Friday night.
So he's atop the hits chart after one period. But how about Dwayne Rolison and that very weak goal he allowed in period 1?
Well, Kelly described it as a real fluke goal, and it's right, it was a real fluke goal, but that's one of those goaltending 101. Puck goes behind the net, you get your skate up tight against the post, and it wasn't there, puck goes in.
You could see the Oilers sag after that went in about 2 minutes after they'd taken the lead on Chris Pronger's second goal of the playoffs. Pekka drops it for Pisani. Now Pekka with Pisani. Pisani going wide, throws it in front. It's blocked by Lidstrom. And the penalty to Hemsky is over. Robert Lang across the line. Hemsky on the ice picks up the loose puck. And the Red Wings had 6 players on the ice and quickly scrambled to get back in the box.
Steve Yzerman's going to get a penalty for hauling down Hemsky. Hemsky gave him a little hesitation, and Yzerman's not going to complain about this one. Hemsky had him beat along the boards.
Hemsky taking 2 penalties in the first and drawing one here in the second as the captain, Steve Yzerman, goes off.
And this was one of those, the quickness of Hemsky. He hesitated, and Yzerman reaches, catches him above the waist with the stick, and takes the hooking from him.
So Yzerman disapproving of the call, off for hooking 40 seconds into this second period. And the Oilers 0 for 1 with 2 shots in their first power play. Ryan Smith loses the draw to Draper. Puck loose behind the goal, pops into the slot, and Maltby is there to clear it from the crease. Samsonov now into the corner for Ryan Smith. Smith waits, throws it back to Hemsky. Hemsky now to the point. Big Chris Pronger now. Far side, one-timer from Spacek, and he misses. Around the boards, back to Hemsky now at the circle. Alesh Hemsky looking for the right angle of attack. Goes back into the corner. Samsonov behind the goal. Stops quickly. The slot is crowded. Back to the hash marks. Hemsky now fakes the pass. Goes into the slot. His shot blocked by Chelios. Spacek down low to play it behind and around. Samsonov drops it for Hemsky now. Hemsky to the point. Pronger far side. Spacek back to Hemsky. Hemsky to the point. Pronger a shot. Loose puck and finally covered. And now Chelios lays the lumber. And they continue to rough it up here in the goal crease.
Ryan Smith was looking for the puck. Manny Legacy had it under his body, and Chris Chelios gave him a little shot, and no call from either referee on this one. Manny Legacy makes the save as they work it around. I thought Hemsky was going to shoot. Instead, he feeds it back to Pronger, and there's Ryan Smith providing the screen in front. He is he's much like Thomas Holmstrom in this regard, that he gets square to the shooter and then looks for the rebound after the shot comes through.
1:06 left in the penalty to Yzerman. Ryan Smith gets the draw. Hemsky kicks it to Pronger. Pronger back to Hemsky at the circle. Hemsky being shadowed by Cleary. He gets it through to Pronger. Pronger fakes the shot quickly to Spacek, and he puts it over the net into the glass. Pronger along the board. Hemsky over to Spacek. Back to Pronger. Now Hemsky with a lane. His shot blocked by Chelios. Rebound in front. And a big save off Ryan Smith. Legacy crossing the crease to stop the rebound. Loose puck. Red Wings jump on him with 30 seconds to go in the Oiler power play. Fans chanting Manny. And Manny knows how quickly they can turn on you here. Here's a loose puck as Pronger lost it in the slot. Sammy takes it to safety in center ice. Up to Horkoff. Horkoff dumps it. Bassani on the dump. Torres in front. Bassani now back to the point. Bergeron. That good point shot for Edmonton. A high wrister over the net. Bouncing behind the goal now. And Horkoff loses the puck in behind. Yzerman steps out of the penalty box. Long pass now. Here's Datsuk, or rather Draper, with a chance that was blocked for the Red Wings. Torres now across the line, and he's knocked down. Manhandled by Schneider. In behind the goal. Torres fighting for the puck. Pekka right through the crease. Wrist shot. Knocked off a body into the corner as Zetterberg picks it up for the Red Wings. Schneider now dumping it in for Detroit. Samuelson giving chase. Steos, a bounce pass for Spacek out the back door. Up the near side comes Mike Pekka. He dumps it in around the boards. Harvey takes a shot from behind. Face first into the glass. Fraser there, no call. Rebound in front. And a bouncing chance there for Dvorak that was warded to the corner. Red Wings now with some breathing space as Edmonton backs into the trap. Lebda dumps it in behind the goal. Rolson stopping that for Steos. He can't clear it. Shot right back in. Samuelson now into the corner along the boards. And he delivers a shot on Harvey from behind. It's been a rough shift for Todd Harvey. Draper can't get it in. And back come the Oilers now. Hemsky turning, waiting for help. Plays it back. Long shot, deflected and smothered by Manny Legacy. Here's Scott now with Ethan Morrow.
Thanks very much, Mark. And yes, a notable absence in game number 1 for the Oilers. Ethan Morrow, he's got a groin strain day to day. You know what? I saw you skate for about 5 minutes yesterday. George Laraque asked you when you came off, how's it feel? You said, not very good, buddy. How bad is bad?
Well, it's not good enough to play. It's very frustrating, but hopefully this will be a long ride and it won't be too much longer.
When you take a look at your team as a reluctant observer now on the sidelines, are you more impressed with today's effort than game number 1, and if so, why?
I think we're a little more physical. That plays into our hands. I think the more we can make this a war, the better chance we have.
Ethan, thanks for this, and good luck getting back.
Thank you.
Guys?
Scott, Ethan Morrow playing with an ankle injury in the late season. He was saying yesterday it shortened his stride and shortened his groin. There's a chance there for Shanahan back to the point. Cronwell now moving in down low. His shot from a sharp angle just wide. Chelios tries to keep it in. Another chance right on in front with Shanahan looking for the big screen, but Rolison makes the save for Edmonton.
Chris Pronger and Brendan Shanahan right in front of Dwayne Rolison, and Rolison gets down very low. Puck goes back to the point. Rolison down very low so he can pick it up and pick it up.
Lang along the boards to Yzerman. Into the corner now. Williams has it knocked off his stick. Horkoff chipping it ahead. Brad Winchester in his NHL playoff debut. The big man moves by Lilia, loses control of the puck, and Lang has it along the far boards. Lang, right wide pass to Nick Lidstrom. He puts the puck on net, and Rolison will hang on for a whistle. We just heard from Ethan Morrow. He was saying, I'll go back to that story, that when he had the ankle injury, he had to shorten his stride. And when he did, his groin wasn't as flexible as it normally is. And when the ankle healed and he opened his stride up, that's when he had the problem with the adductor groin problem.
Thank you, Dr. Lee, because I wasn't going there on the shortening of the leg. I thought you were going to say it got 3 inches shorter or something.
Chelios a shot right on, and there was Holmstrom, and Rolison covered up with no rebound as they continue to mix it up around the net.
Edmonton was very good in faceoffs in game 1, and here in this afternoon they were down after the first period. They ended up in the first game being 10 short on the faceoff circle as Detroit came on. Faceoff win by the winger. Back, Rolison gets out again, down very low, so he can find it through the screen.
Zetterberg battling Horkoff for the faceoff, and the Oilers come up with it. Here's Todd Harvey to center ice. Harvey bounce pass to a charging Staios, jumping the rush. Staios hammered in behind by Schneider. Zetterberg will clear it along the board. Ren Murray now with Harvey. Staios shot blocked at the blue line. Penalty coming here to Edmonton as Holmstrom tried to extricate himself from the Oiler defenseman.
It's easy to take a dive when you block the shot, and that's what Thomas Holmstrom does. He realizes that he's in a good position to jump by Steve Staios. He blocked the Staios shot, and that's Steve Staios has to get that by. You can't let the guy. You have to get it by him. He doesn't get it by, and now he's in a vulnerable position. And look at Holmstrom. He hangs onto the stick. He does everything he can. But now he's in the advantageous position to draw that penalty just because he's blocked the shot.
So Staios off for hooking at 5:47. Calf roped Holmstrom at the line. Red Wings 0 for 3 in the power play. There's a wrist shot from Yzerman. Blocker save and over the glass by Rolison.
Not very many power plays can score on the rush, and there was Steve Yzerman trying to play the rebound off Dwayne Rolison. He knows he's not going to score from there, but he's looking for a rebound, and Rolison wisely just played it up off his blocker into the netting.
Yzerman at 40, looking fresh to start the playoffs. Shanahan to Jason Williams. Williams. Lidstrom. Down low now. Here comes Robert Lang. Has it knocked off his stick by Ryan Smith. Jason Smith now banging in the corner. Back to the point it comes. Lidstrom winds up. Blocked again. This time by Ryan Smith. The Oilers continuing to get in front. Here's a chance now. Horkoff has it knocked off his stick by the long reach of Lidstrom. Lidstrom has to jump on that loose puck in the high slot. Jason Williams to center ice. Henrik Zetterberg now. Back to Shanahan. His pass blindly and out over the line intended for Lidstrom. Back come the Oilers. Bassani shot off the boards, and it's covered up for a whistle by Manny Legacy.
Canada.
Yes, Scott, a full network triple header. Stanley Cup playoffs on CBC. Zetterberg across the line for the Red Wings. He's knocked down by Bassani as he chips it in. Datsuk on the loose puck. Back to the point. Cronwell shot in front. Big rebound. They score! Zetterberg puts it in for Detroit.
best power plays keep it simple. Shot and a rebound, and the Detroit Red Wings get it back to the point. Shot, and Dwayne Rolison can't find it. Holmstrom's there, tip, it's up and over, and Zetterberg cuts across and has no trouble finding it. Rolison up, hits him in the head, and now it's in behind Zetterberg. Just the agility and quickness of Henrik Zetterberg. Holmstrom does his job in front, and Zetterberg stuck in behind, and in it goes.
Henrik Zetterberg with his first goal of these playoffs. We mentioned how quiet he was in game one with one shot on goal during regulation, 4 in the overtime. But he puts the Red Wings ahead 2-1 here in the second period. Bergeron now for Edmonton. Ahead for Rem Murray. He has it knocked off his stick by Draper. Center ice. Dvorak now with Todd Harvey. The fourth line getting some ice for Edmonton. Samuelson. Long pass. Too far, and back comes inside the Oilers zone. Reach pass for Murray, bouncing off his stick, and Todd Harvey will send it inside behind the Red Wing goal. Rem Murray now with a hit. Red Wings get it to center ice, and it's chipped back in by Spacek off the stick and out of play. Henrik Zetterberg on that vaunted Red Wing power play, and it's 2-1 Detroit.
You can't give the Detroit Red Wings power play extra chances. Jaro Spacek has a chance to get it out and just chips it easily into the corner. You got to rifle that one around, and Pavel Datsyuk gets it back. Holmstrom's in front. Zetterberg just spins, and in it goes.
Spacek was late coming to the rescue in the crease to help out with Rolison.
And Mark, there's that new rule about getting it over the glass. Instead of just firing it as hard as you can, you're worried about, oh my goodness, it might go over the glass. We'll be 2 minutes short, so you just chip it instead of wiring it around.
Chelios now. And Williams will get it out after taking the hit. Staios shadowed by Franzen. And the Oilers get it out to center ice, and once again, the back check of Franzen regains control for Detroit. Chelios directing traffic as he leads the rush. 11:22 to go here in the second period. A 2-1 Detroit lead on the power play goal by Henrik Zetterberg. Staios wiring it around off a skate, comes right back to the slot. The Oilers gain the line. Jarrett Stoll, long shot, big rebound. Hemsky turning it to hash marks. Off the skate of Stoll, Hemsky keeping it in. Turning near the line. One-time shot, Pronger. Big rebound, Stoll can't reach it, and the Red Wings will dump it back down the ice.
Rick Stoll got hit with that one again. His ankle's going to be sore. His backside's going to be sore from that one.
He's taking a few licks in this game this afternoon. Rubber. Long pass, too far for Yzerman. Pronger, D to D. Jason Smith now. Off the glass, down inside the zone. Rafi Torres can't get the puck. Lilia for Detroit. Long pass to the neutral zone, bouncing off the stick of Yzerman back inside the Detroit line. Jason Williams, rink wide. Yzerman through his skates, he's offside.
Kelly Rudy talked about the defensive system of the Edmonton Oilers. Do we mention that word trap? Well, here's the defensive system. No forechecker, one guy inside the blue line, everybody in the neutral zone. And Detroit, what are you going to do? You have to make a pass, and you have to make it through 2 or 3 Edmonton Oilers. And what happens? They turn it over, and Edmonton comes right back out.
Don't forget, it was Mike Babcock who brought the trap and the Anaheim Mighty Ducks into this rink in 2003. They beat the Red Wings 3-2 in triple overtime to start that series, and then won 3 more one-goal games to sweep the heavily favored Red Wings in 4 straight. Staios smothering the puck now, gets it free. Spacek ahead to Ryan Smith. A long pass intercepted home from now to Zetterberg, and once again the Red Wings go back to their defense to start this rush. Zetterberg turns and fires. That pass broken up. He breaks it up himself. Zetterberg across the line. Staios on him. Samuelson chipping it to the point. A bouncing puck comes out as Lidstrom had trouble controlling that. The Wings will dump it back in. Maintaining control. Zetterberg right through the slot. Staios let it go through his legs. Brad Winchester can't get it out. Draper now battling with him for the puck, and Horkoff circling back in his own zone. Across the spot check, back to Horkoff, and the back check of Draper breaks that up. Here's Chelios now. D to D. Pass off the stick of Datsuk, perhaps showing a little rust after missing 8 games. At center ice, a collision there. Hemsky holds on to the puck, battling with Kronwall. Now Samsonov dangling inside the Detroit zone. Back to Pronger. Pronger winding up. It's blocked and it comes outside the line. Datsuk making the play for Detroit. Hemsky off his shin pads and back inside. And Chelios will back in behind his own goal to set up this next rush. The Oilers sitting back with 4 men in the neutral zone, 1 in the forecheck. It's not a trap.
Keep it to the outside. This is our keep it to the outside defense.
Chelios now in formation, and he dumps it over the end glass. 2-1 Detroit in Game 2. Mike Babcock saying in Game 1 he thought his team was not loose. It didn't throw the puck around the way they did during the last 30 games of the regular season, and expected them to be a lot better today, especially with Pavel Datsuk, his leading scorer, back in the lineup.
Kelly and Ron were talking about would he be a detriment to the team this afternoon, but the problem for the coaches, your leading scorer during the regular season, the guy that makes your power play work, comes to you and says, well, I'm ready to play, and you went 1 for 6 in Game 1. What do you say?
Exactly, when you've got 11 power play goals, and the power play being ineffective really in Game 1, you can use that kind of help. Bergeron picks up the loose puck, plays it off the board to Dick Tarnstrom. He misses it. Right there, though, is Todd Harvey. Harvey dropping it for Dvorak in the 4th line on the ice now. Here's Harvey. High shot. Stopped by Legacy from the high slot into the corner. Lang taking Harvey out of the play. And back come the Red Wings. Brett Levda, speedy rookie, leaves it for Yzerman. Yzerman through the high slot. Lang can't get the shot. Here's a rebound in front, and it's cleared right over the net by Williams. Another chance now. Schneider shot right on, deflected into the corner by Rolison. And Dvorak eases the pressure by dumping it down the ice.
And again, Mike Babcock made sure that he had his top line out against Bergeron and Tarnstrom, and the 4th line for the Oilers.
Cleary sends it inside the Oilers zone. Pronger ahead to Pekka, who chips it back down the ice. Maltby backhands it in, then takes a hit from behind from Pekka. Pekka now will get a return shot. No, Maltby just misses him. In front, wide open there. And Franzen had a chance. Now Cleary off the side of the net. Dan Cleary to the point. Wrist shot, deflected right back. And out, broken stick. As Pekka loses his stick. He makes a hit at center ice to break up that Red Wing rush and heads for a change. Pronger now. Head to Horkoff, turning inside his own zone. Holmstrom on the forecheck with help from Samuelsson now. Oilers having trouble getting out of their zone, and Holmstrom picks up the pass and sends it right back in deep. Samuelsson on the forecheck on Pronger. And the Oilers get it to center ice, but the Red Wings regain control of the puck. Lidstrom, a bouncing pass off the blade of Zetterberg. Now Horkoff with Ryan Smith. Brad Winchester charging in deep. Winchester with Lulia along the boards. Horkoff in the corner now. Bounce pass point. Staios shot on, and that deflected off Ryan Smith. Smith in behind the goal of Horkoff again. Sean Horkoff looking for a seam. Staios charging in from the circle. His shot just off the side. Here's Spacek now. He fans on the shot, just gets a piece of it. And the Red Wings clear it off the glass and out.
A couple of more missed opportunities for the Oilers. Shot by Staios, missed the net. Shot by Spacek, not even close to getting towards the net.
William stops and bounces to the head. Then Pavel Datsuk. Datsuk now at center ice. Hemsky on the back check. Datsuk gets the puck ahead to Draper. He plays it right in front. Shanahan there. And Rolison left to fend for himself as he pounces on the bouncing puck for Edmonton. Red Wings need 15 more wins to take home the cup. They got some help with some ugly goals so far.
Well, this afternoon, Chris Pronger takes a shot. Sean Horkoff's there for the screen. Manny Legacy's complaining. In it goes. Jason Williams from behind the net off Marc-Andre Bergeron, and then off Dwayne Rolison and in. And Henrik Zetterberg finds the puck before anybody else, and in it goes.
Oilers having trouble establishing an attack here in the second period. Pekka stopped from following that puck inside the line. Datsuk now along the boards. In behind the goal it goes. Hemsky down low for Edmonton. Garrett's goal. Around the boards now to Samsonov. Samsonov loses control to Datsuk, who plays it straight ahead. And the shovel pass from Shanahan to Draper is elusive. Back come the Red Wings. And another missed pass there from Schneider. This time they'll change the Wings will and dump it back into the Edmonton zone. 4:19 to go here in the second period. A 2-1 Red Wing lead on the power play goal by Zetterberg. Pronger with his second playoff goal dumps it in behind the net. Winchester now tries to jam it in the slot. Legacy got his stick on that. Jason Williams in a 3-on-2 for Detroit. Yzerman in the slot. Lang following him. Oh, and Lang had a great chance as the puck glanced off his stick. Lang with the puck again now. Loses control again. And Edmonton will send it to center ice. Winchester dumping it in for the Oilers. Oilers changing on the fly as Lidstrom comes out quickly from behind his goal. Across the line. Cronwall loses the puck again. And the Oilers get it out. Nicholas Cronwall sending it back in behind the goal. Rolison, a back pass to Spacek. Near side, Harvey has the play broken up by Zetterberg, and it's chipped right back into the Edmonton zone. Steos rims it around the boards to Dvorak. Ahead for Rem Murray, and that's picked off again. Lilia for Detroit. His pass bouncing over Zetterberg's stick, and back and forth they go. Now Harvey with a chance. His shot bouncing into the slot and cleared quickly. Holmstrom off the glass and hit by Spacek, and that was nearly interference. As Steos goes back inside. Rem Murray plays it up the boards to Dvorak. He's knocked off the puck by Schneider. Back on the Red Wings now in full flight. Dan Cleary dropping it for Maltby. Maltby quickly to Chelios. He threw it at the net, and it was deflected off the shaft of Franzen's stick, but just wide. Pisani across center ice. Torres makes one move, gets it inside the line, but he's all by himself. Maltby knocks him off the puck. Schneider ahead, kept in by Jason Smith, bouncing through the slot. And Pekka puts it in front, and Pisani bats it in. A giveaway inside the Red Wing zone. And Mike Pekka sets up Pisani for the tying goal.
Well, to create some offense, you have to get your defenseman involved, and Jason Smith pinches in. And this creates the chance for Detroit to turn it over. And Pisani goes to the front of the net. But this is all created by Jason Smith pinching in along the wall. Schneider throws it around. Jason Smith pinches in. And now the Detroit Red Wings are in trouble. Chris Chelios, he goes by the puck, and I think everybody thought Chelios was going to take it. Maltby thinks Chelios is going to get it. He doesn't get it. And Pekka throws it out to Pisani. What does Pisani do? Go to the front of the net. Mike Pekka goes in. Maltby thought Chelios was going to get it. Pisani catches Manny Legacy before he gets ready. Expect it when you least expect it, Mark.
Right you are, John.
Goaltending 101 again.
Fernando.
We'll use that one.
Fernando Pisani with his first playoff goal. And we're tied at 2 with 2 minutes to go here in period number 2. Red Wings guilty of a mix-up in their own zone. Chelios and Maltby playing after you, Alphonse. And Pekka was there to jump on the puck as Pisani put it away quickly. Samsonov now across the Red Wing line, knocked down by Lilia. He'll play it around the boards. Draper gets it out to center ice. Jarrett Stoll there for Edmonton. Spacha ahead to Samsonov. Right back in it goes. Winchester tries to deflect it back. Right on the stick, though, of Draper. Quickly ahead to Jason Williams. Williams is checked at the line by Pronger. Here's another chance. Wrist shot. He scores! Brad Winchester with his very first NHL goal here in the playoffs.
Expect it when you least expect it.
Didn't you just say that?
Yes, I did. Brad Winchester with the good wrist shot. And that's the thing, if you don't pick it up right away, you're the goaltender. Manny Legacy didn't pick this one up right away. And you can tell at the last second he's waving at it. Good forecheck again. Chris Pronger jumps in, creates the turnover. Jason Smith did it on the last goal. Out to Winchester, wrist shot, didn't pick it up right away. A little bit of a screen, and in it goes. Pronger, the defenseman, get involved. Jason Smith, the last goal, he got involved. Pronger to Winchester. Nick Lidstrom's in the way. Oh, and in it goes.
Brad Winchester, the Wisconsin Badger, who played just 19 games during the regular season and had but one assist, comes up with the lead goal here for Edmonton with 57 seconds between the two goals. Shanahan across the line for Detroit. His shot high over top of the net. Winchester along the boards, bumping and grinding, puts his glove out, tries to chip it along, but Cronwall is there to block it for the Red Wings. Two quick goals by the Oilers to take the lead here as Pronger chips it ahead. Red Wings guilty of turnovers in their own zone, leading to those goals.
Even Morrow talked to Scott about the more aggressive Edmonton Oilers, and we've seen it on these last two goals with the defenseman narrowing the gap, getting involved in the play, and creating those turnovers.
Shanahan, long pass, knocked down by Holmstrom at the line. Through the slot, knocked down by Staios. Final few seconds of the second period as Hecka breaks up the pass by Lilia. Long shot on goal as the horn sounds here to end the second period at Joe Louis Arena.
A very quiet Joe Louis Arena here this afternoon in the last 5 minutes as the Edmonton Oilers have turned the tables on the Detroit Red Wings.
And the unlikely Brad Winchester, the rookie from Madison, Wisconsin, with the go-ahead goal. 3-2 Edmonton in front of Detroit after two.
3-2 for the Edmonton Oilers over the Wings after two periods of play. Game number 2 here at the Joe. Here's Jason Williams of the Detroit Red Wings. First of all, Oilers are normally a puck pursuit team. They like to skate. Are you confused by this trap they're using?
Well, not really, because it seems to work for them. They want to just sort of sit back and wait to counter on our mistakes. So we just got to limit our mistakes and try to break the trap and get in on the forecheck as much as possible.
You capitalized on one of your opportunities with that ugly goal in the first period of play, but expectations are so high for the Detroit Red Wings. Are you feeling those expectations? Are you comfortable with them?
I think so, yeah. Like, we got a good core of guys in there, guys that have won Stanley Cups, and the leadership that we have on the team helps us get through situations like this and help relieve the pressure off some of the younger guys. So we just got to make sure we battle in hard and trying to win every battle that we can and go hard for 60.
Thanks very much, Jason. Good luck.
Thanks for having me.
Jason Williams of the Detroit Red Wings coming up on After 40 Minutes. Ron McLean talks to Detroit GM Ken Holland. Once again, after two periods of play here at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, the Edmonton Oilers have a 3-2 lead over the Red Wings in game number 2. We'll return to Motor City in just a moment. Welcome back to Joe Louis Arena, Western Conference quarterfinal game number 2. It's 3-2 for the Edmonton Oilers over the Detroit Red Wings. There's linesman Derek Amell. 2 cracked skate blades in the second period of play, and those blades he's got on right now, they belong to Corey Cross, who is not in the lineup for the Detroit Red Wings today. You can imagine, fellas, those are big skate boots. Mark, back to you.
Those are big snowshoes if they're Corey Cross's.
Scott Russell would know all about that.
Yes. Back-to-back Oiler goals, 57 seconds apart by Fernando Pisani And Brad Winchester, his first ever NHL goal, and it's a 3-2 Edmonton lead as we begin the third period of Game 2 here at Joe Louis. Red Wings guilty of some unusual giveaways in their own zone, leading to those Oiler goals as Franzen puts the shot right on goal, bouncing straight back to Jason Smith, the Oiler captain, ahead over the line. And Winchester can't get it inside the Detroit zone. Red Wings changing quickly here in the opening 40 seconds. On the fly as Smith looks for an open man. He does. It's Samsonov. Bounce pass too far for Jarrett Stoll. Pronger back inside his own zone. A +3 so far this afternoon with the first goal of the game for Edmonton. Hemsky now leaves it for Samsonov. Back to the point. Spot check one-timer. And that knocks the Oiler down. Is it Stoll again?
Yes, it is.
Goodness, he's been peppered with shots today. Long shot off the trapper of Rolison. Behind the goal now. Stejos gets it ahead off the stick of Pekka. He couldn't control it. Chelios now plays it up the middle. Pavel Datsyuk. Stick handling his way right past Pekka. Leaves it for Draper. Draper to Shanahan. Shot blocked by Stejos. He golfs at it. Bassani now will jump on it. Bassani at center ice gains the line with Draper on the back check. Bassani turning, tries to get it in front. Pekka with a shot off the post! All alone in front. And the twosome combining again. Crowd buzzing here as Mike Pekka thwarted by the iron.
Ken Holland was talking about how good his team is puck managing. Well, here this afternoon they've copped it up. Here's the pressure. Pisani. 2 Red Wings go to Pisani, and Mike Pekka's all by himself. He's got Manny Legacy beaten, but not the crossbar. Room, time, space, but not quite in the net for Mike Pekka.
You're right, John. Some alarming giveaways in that Red Wing zone.
Coverage on that one. 3 Red Wings going to Fernando Pisani.
Tarnstrom inside the Oilers zone around the boards. Chipped ahead by Todd Harvey. Puck rolling back inside the Red Wing zone. And Lebda trying to evade the forecheck of Rem Murray. Smartly, the Red Wings come out of their own zone. Cleary on the left side. Franzen now. Franzen trying to get a shot. Dvorak had his stick tied up in there. And there's some shoving again around Rolison. John, let's check the Gillette game file.
As you would figure, the Edmonton Oilers, Chris Pronger played more than anybody else in the first 2 periods. Got a goal, +3 rating. Fernando Pisani and Brad Winchester, 57 seconds apart, capitalizing on Detroit turnovers. And the power play for the Red Wings, 1 for 4. Dan Cleary is the 4th liner. He's an agitator, so what does he do? He knows that Wayne Rolison has the puck, and he's going to bump into the goaltender.
And there are coincidental penalties here. Tarnstrom off for Edmonton and Cleary for Detroit after that scuffle at the goal mouth.
4-on-4 hockey, so being at home, I think it's an advantage because you get the last change and you get your matchup that you want.
Zetterberg gets the draw back to Nick Lidstrom. Backpedaling, plays it back to Zetterberg. He puts a soft shot low. Had saved by Rolison. Drop pass behind the goal. Jason Smith to Pronger. Pronger now uses the net to help get away from Lang. The center ice now. Hemsky dropping it. Pronger, wrist shot, steered aside by Legacy. Hemsky now using his body to shield Kronwall. Leaves it at the point for Pronger. A shot, bouncing puck near the side of the goal. And Lidstrom will have it for Detroit. Lidstrom up the left side to his partner Kronwall across the line. Drop pass. And Lang plays it along the boards. Kronwall turning in the circle. Leaves it for Lang. Lang goes far side. Lidstrom with a shot. That's deflected just wide of the goal. It froze Rolison for a second. Through center ice all by himself. Now across the line. Sean Horkoff waiting for reinforcements. Drops it for Stejos. Stejos now. Back to Horkoff. Horkoff turning at the circle. Lots of ice. Feathers across for Spacek, and the play is intercepted. Datsuk to Lidstrom, back to Datsuk, who gloves it at center ice. Datsuk now with help from Shanahan, but the pass goes behind him. Horkoff throws it rink wide to Spacek, turning inside his own zone. Staios decides to retreat back behind the goal to Spacek with Shanahan on the forecheck. And again, they stay back behind the goal. Staios now trying to get away from Datsuk, and he does. The center ice for Edmonton. Steve Staios throws it in behind the goal along the boards. Pekka banging with Schneider. And Datsuk now nimbly the center ice. 2-on-2 with Yzerman. Yzerman trying to get around Pronger. Yzerman to the net. Hit the goalpost. What a play. Another chance. And Chelios' shot is turned aside. Steve Yzerman out-muscling big Chris Pronger, cutting to the goal and hitting the post. Karnstrom now plays it into the crease. Schneider gets it free. And too far for Yzerman. Jason Smith dumping it back inside the zone. Ryan Smith now battling along the boards with Chelios, who hammers him once. Smith still banging with it. Now he gets it ahead to Winchester. To Horkoff. His shot blocked by Schneider. Rebound! Horkoff misses the net. Along the board, Schneider playing it ahead to Chelios. Too far for him. Horkoff can't catch up. Schneider gets there. He's bodied by Winchester. Brad Winchester can't keep the puck in. And now Draper gets it to center ice. Far side. Yzerman, long shift, tipped in front. And Datsuk nearly had a chance there. Ryan Smith now around the boards to the near point. And Winchester will get it out and down the ice. Back comes Detroit as Edmonton's changing. Holmstrom turns inside the zone, loses control of the puck, and it's chipped out to the neutral zone. A high stick whistle called there.
Well, Steve Yzerman, who has been very good in these first two games this afternoon, he goes around Chris Pronger. Pronger turns and just can't catch him. You can't reach around and grab like Chris Pronger normally would, so he lets Yzerman go, and Yzerman beats Dwayne Rollison and can't find the net. It's the outside of the post with the backhand. It jumped on him at the last second.
Steve Yzerman in his 20th playoff year, a Detroit Red Wing record, one better than Gordie Howe. Here's Zetterberg with a shot blocked by Staios, wide of the net. Harvey can't reach the puck. It's kept in. Holmstrom behind the goal. Zetterberg quickly through the slot. Murray banging at it. Now Dvorak will get it out. Radek Dvorak fumbling with the puck. He'll throw it in. Cronwell out the backside. Zetterberg, rink wide pass for Brett Lebda. Back to Zetterberg. Across the line. Deflected off and back down the ice. Long shot by Dvorak. Rebound scooped up by Lebda. Head to Michael Samuelson. Turning inside his own zone. He eludes the Oiler defender. Theory in first. Help from Rollison to chip that. Pronger gets it to the neutral zone. Pronger in retreat again. Forecheck pressure from Kirk Maltby this time. Smith there first to Pronger. And the Red Wings will get the puck on that turnover. Theory in behind the goal. To the corner now. Back to the point. Lidstrom looking, winding up. Shot through traffic. Blocked again. Never got to the goaltender. Lidstrom again. At the point. And a chance there from Franson just sailing wide. Cassani chipping it past Lidstrom. And they get it across the line. But Torres can't reach the rolling puck. Franson now back for Detroit. Stick handling around Pisani and firing it inside the Edmonton zone. Bergeron turns over the puck. And Shanahan yet to get a shot in regulation in this series. 2 in overtime the other night. Couldn't get one away there. Bergeron now ahead. And a big hit. Oh, Chelios had Samsonov lined up. Red Wings finally get it out. Lebda to center ice. Dumping it to Bergeron, who chips it back to center. Hemsky now. With a hit as the puck jumps the boards. Chris Chelios lowering the boom. And Samsonov pays the price.
Marc-Andre Bergeron makes this pass to Samsonov. We used to call this, Mark, the suicide pass. There's no reason to make this pass. you've got the play in front of you. The other guy has to turn around. You're not helping your teammate with that pass. Absolutely no reason to make that suicide pass. And fortunately, Samsonov saw it coming at the last minute. R.J. Umberger last night didn't.
Yes.
And he paid the price.
It almost looked like a remake of that Campbell hit on Umberger in the Buffalo-Philly game. Yzerman leaves it for Lang. Lang cuts in front, loses control, now plays it back to the point. Lilia down low, throws it at the net, into the glove, and then out and finally smothered by Dwayne Rolison.
Now the Edmonton Oilers have to be careful. They had a 2-1 lead in game 1 and sat back, and now they're starting to turn the puck over 10 feet from their own blue line. And when you're trying to protect the lead, you make sure you get that puck out. Don't try and get cute. They had a chance on Robert Lang to get it out, didn't, and it ends up as a shot on goal.
Barely 6 minutes away from winning that game when Maltby tied it up with that bunt. Game 1. Winchester's pass dumped too far for Horkoff. He'll turn and change as the Red Wings regroup inside their own zone. Lilia now crosses line. Backhand pass to Yzerman. Steve Yzerman. Thrilling chance here in the second off the post on the deep of Rolison. Todd Harvey quickly ahead of Radek Dvorak. Dvorak goes wide on Lilia. Lilia gets a piece of the blade and knocks it off his stick. Now down behind the net, it's Todd Harvey battling with Jason Williams. Graham Murray turning in the corner, leaving it now. Here's a chance. Oh, over the stick of Todd Harvey, and Yzerman sends it back to his defense. Lilia blindly throws it away, back inside the Oilers zone. Pronger to Jason Smith.
Now this has been a very good fourth line shift for the Oilers. Kill some time, keep it in the offensive zone, and just don't get hurt.
Smith now hammers that one, deflected wide by the defenseman Schneider. Samsonov knocked down by Schneider, leading this game with hits. That's about his 8th body check of the game.
According to the Detroit statistician, the very objective stat, and all of a sudden Matthew Schneider, after 2 periods, had 6 hits, and Rafi Torres only had 2.
Calling that a homer type
I
statistic?
would think, you know, the guy keeping track of the hits.
Schneider with a shot. Another block there. Hemsky takes one for the team as it goes over the glass into the mesh, and a whistle.
The Edmonton Oilers work on this from the start of training camp till the end of season, blocking shots, and they do such a great job. No danger of getting hit up high. They train very well, and Ales Hemsky gets the legs out. He got hit in the ankles, but no danger, getting the legs out, keep your head away from the shot. Matthew Schneider takes the shot, and Hemsky, good position to make that block. Get down, get those shin pads out, get in the way.
Oilers happy to keep those shots coming from the periphery. That one leaking through on goal. Spacek quickly to Staios up the far side. Pekka along the boards, and Torres will dump it in. Maltby now all by himself. Stick check by Bergeron. Play whistle down at the line as Pisani was a little upset.
Craig McTavish is watching this with concern. Make sure his players don't take any unnecessary penalties, retaliation, or anything like that. Bergeron, that was a hand pass. There's no doubt about that. A late hit by Francis, but you have to take that.
Tavish said yesterday that shortening his bench to 3 lines to protect that 1-goal lead in the third period ended up being costly because his players ran out of gas in overtime.
There's a look at Kevin Lowe. I think he loses as much weight as the general manager watching the games as he did when he played.
He gets himself worked up into a ladder, doesn't he?
There's a penalty. Detroit's going to take it. Dan Cleary reached and grabbed.
Pekka, long pass too far for Torres as Legacy touches it, and yes, indeed, a hooking call coming to Dan Cleary as the Oilers go on the power play when we return.
Dan Cleary sits in the penalty box in the offensive zone behind the goal. You're the fourth line guy. You want to provide energy, but you can't take a lazy penalty, and Cleary reaches underneath the arm of Dick Karnstrom and goes off for hooking.
Oilers on the power play for only the 3rd time this afternoon, and one of those power plays was just 34 seconds long. 0 for 2 on the power play, and the Red Wings managed to swipe that outside their zone. Spacek back to Pronger, quarterback of this Oiler power play. His first pass nicely up the left side, and Spacek will dump it in for Ryan Smith. Smith Around the boards to Hemsky. He leaves it back to the point. Pronger now. Saucer pass to Hemsky at the circle. Alesh Hemsky. Spot check. Quickly to Pronger. Looking for that middle. Down low. Samsonov at the circle. Turning. Leaves it in the corner for Hemsky. Oilers cycling here. Looking for that angle. Alesh Hemsky. Trading places. Now coming right in front and feathering a pass through the crease. It bounced over Samsonov's stick.
That was a good play by the Edmonton Oilers. They worked it around. They were very patient. They had the play they wanted, and they just got a bad hop over Samsonov's stick.
Hemsky allowed to come right in, unmolested. At the line, Ryan Smith's pass broken up. Zetterberg now on a breakaway. Bergeron trying to catch him. Here's Zetterberg, backhand, and it's saved. Rolison glove save on a turnover. And a great shorthanded chance for the Red Wings.
And Ryan Smith heads over to the bench. And you can bet he's not going to like this one. Give Marc-Andre Bergeron credit for keeping Zetterberg to his backhand. Bergeron's a great skater. Ryan Smith with the bad turnover. Bergeron, stop and go. And look at Bergeron try and catch up. Does a great job keeping Zetterberg to the backhand. And Wayne Rolison makes the save. Zetterberg, there's no way he can cut in. Bergeron reaches with the stick, and Rolison makes the save.
Great effort by Bergeron. 49 seconds left in the Edmonton power play. Face off to the left of Rolison. Once again, Edmonton in familiar ground, trying to nurse a one-goal lead here in the third. Lilja's shot, glancing off the pad of Rolison. Behind the goal now, Draper in front, and Chelios turned away as Draper tried to set him up. Oilers finally get it out. And Tarnstrom at the line drops it for Winchester. That big shot this time. It's gloved by Legacy. Red Wings send it down the ice. 15 seconds to go in the penalty to clear it. Up the left side, Horkov around the boards. Pronger down low, plays it in behind the goal to Winchester. Horkov, that one loses it to Kronwall, and the penalty is over to Cleary. He's back on the ice for Detroit. Here's Zetterberg with Cleary. Zetterberg shot right on, fat rebound, cleared away by Pekka. What a chance again for Detroit. As Franzen was right there, the puck staring him in the face, and Pekka, the back-checking center, cleared it to safety. And the play whistled dead on the offside at the Edmonton blue line.
And the Detroit Red Wings, right after they had a good penalty kill, get this chance. Zetterberg with the wrist shot. Wayne Rolison can't control it at all, but good coverage by Mike Pekka coming back defensively. Pekka turns around, reads the play, and he's right there to make sure that the Detroit Red Wings can't get to it. Pekka, where do you go? Go to the defensive zone. He's a defensive forward. Go to the front of the net and make the play.
Pekka with a big assist on the Sandy goal, and now a big play defensively. Sandy lobbing it into the corner. Vlacek charging from the point to keep it in for Edmonton. Sandy battling along the boards, can't control it. And a near giveaway there as Lang's soft pass went past Torres. Torres looking for a change. He's tired. To the bench. Here come the Red Wings now, trying to catch them on the change. Eisenman turning at the circle, back to the point. Schneider's shot is blocked. And it's dumped back down the ice. Borak getting raced, led to there first for Detroit. And back they come again. Lang now. A shot on goal. Jason Williams can't find the rebound. End-to-end action. Dvorak. Play it in as his teammates get a change.
The Oilers just an awful change. Their defensemen weren't even close to getting on the ice when Robert Lang had the puck.
Chelios up the left side. Here's Datsuk for some speed, some jump across the line. His shot wide. Chelios can't keep it in as it's chipped down the ice. Icing is indicated. The Oilers thought it may have gone off Chelios' stick, but it is a whistle with 6:13 to go, and the faceoff coming back in the Edmonton zone.
Oh, the Oilers scrambling because they had a bad change. They didn't get the puck in deep. You're protecting a lead. Get it in deep. And now their defensemen are just coming into the picture. Jason Smith gets there, and Williams is there with Chris Pronger. And Pronger had position on him. Williams had to reach around. Lang gets the shot. Pronger's there. Williams has to go deep, and the rebound's in front of him.
Oilers get the drop. Pronger behind his goal. Up the left side, a bouncing puck again. Hops over the stick of Ryan Smith. Nick Lidstrom with 6 minutes to go in the hockey game. His pass broken up. Jason Smith now dumping it back and right on goal. Villiers quickly trying to catch Oilers in a change as they scramble from their bench. Lidstrom dumping it in. Gloved nicely by Spacek, and he just flips it right back down the ice. Icing waved off. Pekka keeps it in. A bouncing puck, and Williams will just clear it to the neutral zone. Steve Stais will take the puck across the line, wind up, and it's whistled down on the offside as his chance goes off the glove of Manny Legacy. Rookie Brad Winchester with his first ever NHL goal in his NHL playoff debut, and that's the difference.
And again, Kurt Maltby turns it over. Fernando Pisani gets his on a nice play by Mike Pekka. And then Brad Winchester, wrist shot high, goes past Nick Lidstrom and goes past Manny Legacy. Winchester with 26 goals in 40 games this year in the American Hockey League with the Hamilton Bulldogs. Another 118 penalty minutes to go with it. Well, there was rumors at the trade deadline that the Oilers were shopping him around, and he was connected with a Curtis Joseph trade at the time, but you hate to give up on big guys like Brad Winchester. He can play, can skate, and obviously can put the puck in the net. So far proving to be a timely substitution made by Craig McTavish for George Laraque in this hockey game. Jarrett Stoll now chipped it behind Hemsky. Now he hammers it off the back of Schneider. Stoll going down. What a bruising game it's been for him. Here's Holmstrom now. His shot deflected just wide off the pad of Rolison. Samuelson loses the puck, regains it, but chips it ahead to the Oiler. Hemsky. Hemsky now with Samsonov. Back and forth. They're weaving, slaloming across the line. Hemsky throws the puck on goal, and it bounces off the Red Wing defenseman wide. Kronwall behind his goal. Both teams changing. He waits for reinforcements and now takes it to center ice. Up the right side of the ice. Pass right in front, just off the stick of Rolison as he warded it to the right side. And Jason Williams was there again. And so was Mike Pekka again. Right back beside his goaltender. Long pass back inside the zone. As Ledger plays it across to Lidstrom. Up the near boards, Eiserman. Too far for his line mate, Williams, and it's dumped right back down as the Oilers rope it up again. Lidstrom. Bouncing puck. And Horkoff is there first. Leaves it for Pisani. And Eiserman heads for the change. Jason Smith throwing it right back inside the zone. And it'll be offside with 3:48 to go in regulation time. Reminder, this is the first of 3 full network games of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Up next at 6 Eastern. Take you to the nation's capital. Game 2, Tampa Bay and the Senators. Ottawa up 1-0 after a convincing victory at home in Game 1. Oilers trying to hold on to the lead. A bouncing puck that Legacy had to be sure of. In behind the goal, Smith battling along the boards with Chelios and Datsuk. Chelios comes up with it for Detroit. Long pass from Draper broken up. Shanahan now leaving it for Datsuk. He has not been that threatening in his first game back from a thigh injury. Kronwall regrouping along the line. Up for Shanahan. Shanahan to Draper. Shanahan goes to the net. Draper's shot right on. And the save made by Rolison. Wayne Rolison has had some rebound problems here in the third period, but that one he was very good. Collapsed on it. And the Edmonton Oilers trying to keep everything to the outside. 34-23 the shots so far in this one. Really, both of the Red Wing goals were not what you'd call pretty. No. In fact, we've now counted the puck went off 4 skates before Jason Williams was credited with his goal. And the Zetterberg one popped off Wayne Rolison's head before Zetterberg found it. A couple of garbage goals for the Wings, who trail by 1 with less than 3 minutes to go here in the third period.
Edmonton looking for a split here in Detroit. The series goes back to the Alberta Capital. At center ice, Pisani dumping it in. Oilers falling back again. Changing on the fly. Lebda now. His pass bouncing, whacked outside the zone. Zetterberg goes back to the defense. Schneider now. Ahead to Yzerman. Looking to negotiate that neutral zone trap. Now he makes his way across the line, but the pass is blown dead on the offside.
Well, that's a problem against the trap, Mark. When you come up the middle like Steve Yzerman did, you have to make that move because you got so many bodies you have to beat. And there was Robert Lang standing at the blue line. And when Yzerman makes the last move, Lang goes off. Now Lang's at the blue line, but Yzerman has to make that last move because the trap's there. You got so many bodies you have to negotiate. And Lang just wasn't patient enough. You can't stand there forever, and he's offside.
Lang wins the draw for Detroit. Back to Lidstrom. Center ice. Red Wings gain the line. A bouncing puck. Staios, though, gets it out. Staios swipes at it. And now Ryan Smith will flip it in. Lidstrom quickly to Kronwall. Back comes Detroit. Pass for Yzerman. Across the blue line. Ahead for Kronwall. He's knocked off the puck. Spacek rims it around and out. Kronwall now across the line. Here's a chance now. Long shot. Williams high and into the shoulder. And the save made by Dwayne Rulison with 1:44 to go.
Now we'll have to look at Manny Legacy and see how long Mike Babcock waits before he thinks of pulling the goaltender. Face-off in the offensive zone. A little early yet, but when you do have that face-off down there, you can see Babcock is looking at his goaltender. Making sure that Manny knows, okay, pay attention.
Datsuk loses the draw. Pronger to Jason Smith. Back to Pronger. Waiting. Nice outlet pass. And Horkoff starts out ahead to Jason Smith. Smith in deep from his defensive posture. Knocked along the boards. Torres now banging with Schneider. Here comes Shanahan to help out. It gets back to the point. Pronger now for Edmonton. Pekka on the ice here in the late stages again for Edmonton. Shanahan down inside his own corner. Oilers trying to lay back and hold them off. Pisani loses his stick and uses his glove hand pass back to Staios, and it's blown for the glove pass.
Now, the Oilers are saying they didn't touch it till the defensive zone, and you're allowed that glove hand pass. But it's where you made the glove hand pass that counts. And Pisani was in the neutral zone when he threw it back to his defense partner. Pisani's got a broken stick, so he drops it, he throws it back, but that's touched by a Detroit Red Wing player, and that's why the Oilers were saying, okay, that pass should be all right.
And the Red Wings have called a timeout with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in this third period.
Mike Babcock giving instructions to his team. Manny Legacy still in the net. Paul McLean looks on.
Babcock was saying that in Game 1 it was so important for his team's psyche to escape with that win after dominating with 57 shots. He didn't want his players thinking, here we go again. You know, we dominate like we did against Anaheim a couple of years back and we lose.
Todd McClellan is the other assistant coach for the Detroit Red Wings, just to Mike Babcock's right. But there's no doubt on this team who is in charge. Mike Babcock likes to be front and center.
President's Trophy champions, the Detroit Red Wings, against the underdogs, the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers 1 minute and 5 from tying this series. And it's a rugby scrum on this faceoff.
Well, and now Dvorak and Shanahan get warned. Horkoff doesn't like the fact. Ryan Smith comes over to take the faceoff.
Smith gets the draw ahead to Horkoff, who drives inside the zone. Final minute now, the third period. Horkoff turns it over. Datsuk now with Shanahan. Here comes Yzerman on the far side. A long shot, gloved for a whistle by Roloson. With the Red Wings swarming and Legacy now on the bench.
Well, that's a bad play by Sean Horkoff. You win the draw, you get it over the red line, you've got it along the boards, you throw it deep, and instead Horkoff tried for the offensive chance, threw it into the middle, and now all of a sudden you've got a face-off in the defensive zone.
And he's hearing about it on the Oiler bench.
You can tell he knows that wasn't a very good play.
Yzerman, who's won more than 60% of his faceoffs this afternoon, will take the draw. He loses it. Jason Smith plays it around the boards. Pisani there first. Can he get it out? Stoll gets there first and chips it to Mike Pekka. Open net. And Pekka's shot glancing off Lidstrom just wide. 39 seconds and ticking as Datsuk fires to the far side. Zetterberg at full flight. Long shot, gloved, and a bat job by Rolison all the way down the ice.
There's a confident goalie.
Kidding.
A one-goal game, you're in the second game of the playoffs, and you're going to give it to Andre Agassi to get it out.
Pronger can't get it out. Shot whistling just wide from Schneider. Now the Oilers get it out. Here's Stoll looking at the empty net. He scores to salt this one with 12.3 seconds to go. A 4-2 lead.
That's only justice that Jarrett Stoll would get rewarded. Yeah. He has had a bang-up afternoon here, blocking shots, getting hit. Now, key face-off in the defensive zone. Minute left to play. You're out there against Steve Yzerman. Who wins the draw? Jarrett Stoll. Right back clean. And then who gets the empty netter down at the other end? There's Jarrett Stoll. Nice play by Pisani to get it out. And Jarrett Stoll. Take your time and make sure. Pisani made a nice play on the boards, and the Oilers in the third period were not that good at clearing their zone, but Pisani made sure, just a little chip, and Jarrett Stoll was on the other side to finish it.
Jarrett Stoll, his first playoff goal of the season at 1947. Dying seconds ticking off the clock here at the Joe Louis as the Hockeytown faithful head for the exits. The horn sounds, and the Edmonton Oilers have evened this series 4-2 here this afternoon after dropping a 3-2 game in double overtime in game one, and they've gotten inside the Red Wings' heads.
And capitalizing on their chances. That's one of the things we talked about. Pisani had that great chance in the first period where he deked the goaltender, had the empty net, and missed. But in the second period, when they had their chances, limited as they may have been, they were able to cash in, and the Edmonton Oilers, a good defensive effort.
And the winning goal scored by this young man, Brad Winchester, his first ever NHL goal, getting congratulations from Todd Harvey. And the Oilers head home with the series even at 1 apiece. Hockey night in Canada and the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah. Here are the MasterCard 3 stars. Chris Pronger, a +4 today. Another big performance by Pronger. Michael Peck, I thought this was a great team effort by the Oilers. We'll tell you who we thought was tremendous today. Steve Yzerman, the best of the Red Wings. Let's go right to Scott Russell at Joe Louis Arena. Scott?
Look at that, Ron. A beautiful artifact. That is an official National Hockey League game puck, but it's a jewel to Brad Winchester. His first NHL goal, there you go, I'll give it to you right now, Brad, came late in the second period. It's the winner as the Oilers win this game 4-2. Tell us about the goal and how big that is for you.
Well, it feels good. It feels good to contribute, and you know, we have a great bunch of guys in this locker room, and it felt good to help out tonight.
When you get the call from Craig McTavish and you know you're going into the lineup for the first time in the Stanley Cup playoffs, what's your thought process? What kind of a contribution do you believe you can make at that time?
Well, you just have to, you know, try and do little things to help the team win. You know, getting into the lineup and, like I said, contributing and trying to make a difference any way I can is you know, was my mindset going into tonight's game.
And now that you see the kind of game that the Oilers can play against the Red Wings, who you know to be very skilled, what do you think will lead to continued success as this series progresses?
We just have to stick to our game plan. I think we did a really good job tonight of executing the game plan that we wanted to, you know, come into the game with. And, you know, just going back home, it's going to be exciting, you know, for the city, for our fans, and just playing our game and having confidence with it is going to be the key.
You know, you use the phrase executing the game plan and our game, and normally the Edmonton Oiler game is puck pursuit and really getting after it. And now there seems to be that forecheck system known as the trap involved. Are you comfortable with that? Are the Oilers comfortable with that it can lead to some success?
Yeah, I mean, you have to be comfortable with you know, with whatever game plan you're trying to execute. And, you know, we have a team that has a lot of speed and a lot of skill. So we're going to still stick to that. But you know, you have to look at your opponent and you know, try to execute things that you think you can have success against them. So we you know, we know what we have in the room, and we're a confident group.
Brad, thanks for this, and congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
There you go. Brad Winchester, his first NHL goal, turns out to be the winner in this game number 2. Ron, back to you.